Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Universal IRacing Series, UBN Prospect Series. Here, joining you today from Rockingham Speedway. We have about 30 seconds left in practice here. Alexander Ortega currently topping the board with a 23.316. Travis Prather second. Trenton Wilkin third. Alexander Ortega subbing in for Aiden Kurt right now, currently number 38 for 40XL iDriver Academy, I believe. As qualifying is soon to begin, practice is just wrapping up. Top 5 currently Ortega, Prather, Wilkin, Aguilar, and Echeverria. So we're going to take a look. Drivers here for qualifying at Rockingham. No drivers out on track yet. First driver out. First driver in their car, Travis Prather. In that 41 machine. Jose Aguilar already out on track. Get an onboard ride here. So you see Jose running that high line coming out of turn 3. Rockingham, very interesting shaped track. As you can see as we go into turn 1. Gets very, very steep here. In practice, a lot of guys were trying to run up high here. Some guys running further down low. Most of it is off of personal preference. Take a look at another guy, Jared Green, coming across the line for his first lap. Trenton Wilkin in that number 60. FanDuel Sportsbook. Coming across the line, I believe for his first time lap. Taking a look, Carmelo Echeverria, little bobbles and spin coming to the line. He was 4th in practice. Riley Ibanez now currently fastest on the board. Now Jared Green, 24.037. Jose Aguilar now back to the point. Chase Smith second. Aguilar with a 23.527. Let's take a look at our guy, if we can. Tyler Helms at number 1, Toyota. Believe he's finished second back-to-back. He's looking for his first win so far this season. He's been fairly consistent. Travis Prather, faster with a 23.450. Don't believe that Alexander Ortega is out on track. I think Alexander Ortega may have actually left. Not quite sure. Wyatt D. Thompson in that 77 Chevrolet Silverado coming into 3. Believe this is going to be his last timed lap. You see the drivers running way up close to the wall here. Going to come across the line. That lap is going to put him in the same position with the 23.640. Just about 2 laps, 2 more minutes remaining in practice. Peter Hoppy in that 25 truck up to P6. That's going to bump Wyatt down a position. Joseph Enright in that 67 truck. He just finished up his qualifying run. Going to be enough for 10th quick. Caleb Grimm sitting there on pit road. I don't believe that he has turned a lap yet. He has. Fastest lap, 24.479. There's Peter Hoppy pulling it down pit road. Wyatt D. Thompson in turn 2 for what is, I believe, will be his final timed lap. His qualifying run may be over. Alexander Ortega jumps the leaderboard up to P3 in that 38 Ford. He's going to come into 3. Travis Prather, a little bit of a short track guy himself. Talked to him before the race, said that short tracks are his specialty. Alexander Ortega, very fast driver, across the line. That's going to be enough for a pole. Actually, a tie between Travis Prather and Alexander Ortega. Times are exactly the same, both with 23.450s. That's going to be interesting. I believe Prather, not quite sure about the ruling on that. Prather may start with the race lead because he set his lap time prior to Ortega. Qualifying just about wrapping up here at Rockingham Motor Speedway. Rockingham Motor Speedway was basically abandoned for a long time in real life. It's also known as The Rock. Rockingham, North Carolina can hold just about 32,000 people. Banking is altered 8 degrees on the straights. It's 1.5 miles. The road course is 1.5 miles, excuse me. As you see, drivers starting to grid up here. 0.94 miles, so it is technically a short track, coming in under a mile. So we'll take a look here at our starting lineup. Starting on pole with a 23.450, that is the number 38, I know it says 28, of Alexander Ortega. Starting second with the exact same time, that's going to be the 41 of Travis Prather. Starting third, Chase Smith with the 23.468. Trenton Wilkins starting on his outside. Jose Aguilar starting fifth. Tyler Helms starting sixth. Peter Hoppy seventh. Wyatt D. Thompson eighth. It's going to be Jacob Bryant 9th, Jared Green 10th, Carmelo Echeverria 10th or 11th, Joseph Enright 12th, Max Ford 13th, Riley Ibanez 14th, Caleb Grimm 15th, Aaron Schugel starting 16th. He did not complete a lap, and that will Michael Priviat may be starting, not quite sure, but that will mark your starting lineup here at Rockingham Motor Speedway. Now, just taking a little bit of a history lesson here in the Universal iRacing Series. Only one race has been held here at Rockingham Motor Speedway, and it was in the Xfinity cars last season. The race had 10 cautions, 14 lead changes. Pole was set by Jacob Quill, who is not racing. Winner was Braden Movick, who is also not racing today. As we are about to get the grid rolling here from Rockingham Motor Speedway. Ortega and Prather tied on lap times. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Very rare to see drivers with the exact same lap times in qualifying. Some notable drivers here include Nicholas Martinez Jr. not racing, Colby Duckworth not racing, Tyler Helms. He is in our field today. And Zachary Trevino, he's also not racing today. So we are currently 2 to green, lights on the pace car still on. On board with Alexander Ortega, looking behind him. You see right there Chase Smith and the number 18 starting on the inside. Also see Trenton Wilkin in the 60, starting 4th. Let's get a good view of our field coming out of turn number 4 for the final time before we go green. Getting back Max Ford onto the apron. Now Max Ford, he's won 2 races in a row. He's looking to make it 3. Won back-to-back at Daytona and Atlanta. Once again, Alexander Ortega subbing for Aiden Currett. Now, for those of you just joining us, you joined us just in time So we are 1 lap to green here at Rockingham Motor Speedway in the Universal iRacing Series UBN Prospect Series. This is going to be one thrill of a race. 100 laps is the distance. Let's see who's going to make those 100 laps the fastest. Down the backstretch for the final time before we go green. Drivers on their toes, ready to get this thing rolling. It's going to be a gritty race. They're going to have to nose down and go. Out of turn 4. Pace car. Sharp left-hand turn down pit road. Alexander Ortega, your leader. Green flag is out here from Rockingham. Slow start for the outside of Travis Prather. Alexander Ortega with an early jump on the restart there as Travis Prather is spinning, keeping it green. 4 wide there. Tyler Helms making it around the outside. Whitey Thompson there on the inside. Very chaotic start here. Going to focus on the battle for P3 between Trenton Wilk and Tyler Helms. Kicked off very quickly there. Driver starting to get a little bit more single file. Whitey Thompson side by side with Riley Ibanez. Something happened in the back. Max Ford down on the apron, our defending series winner, not here as the caution will fly. Not sure what for. We'll get a replay looking with Tyler Helms. Believe it may have been something with him. Or not. Take a look with Max Ford. Saw he was slow. We'll go on board with him. Maybe we'll see something in front of him happen. Oh, there we see right there that number 18. Chase Smith. We'll get a view of this. Let's see what happened. So, looks like the 18 and the 20 made contact. 18 down into 12, just spun up across the track. We'll get another view of that incident right there. See coming off the corner, looking at Chase Smith, Carmelo Echeverria. Carmelo just kind of got into the 18's rear bumper and just kind of sent him around, trying to keep it straight. Just spun it. Caleb Grimm involved there. Didn't seem to get too much damage from that. Alexander Ortega, still our race leader, as that's going to be Jose Aguilar right behind him. Jose Aguilar, he's jumped a couple of positions from where he started at. Taking a look at the number 19 Patron Tequila truck right there. Under caution for the first time here today at Rockingham Motor Speedway. Excuse me, I almost said Atlanta. Lap 4 out of 100. As they are getting back double file, means green flag this time. Ortega still your leader. Travis Prather, your second place starter, fell back a little bit on that restart there. Down the backstretch, under caution once again. This restart is going to be entirely on Ortega, as restarts are on the leader, aka the control car, which in this situation is Ortega. Race starts are on green. Lights on the pace car off. Ready to come down pit road. Ready to go back racing. We'll go on board here with Trenton Wilkin on this restart. Pace car down pit road. Ortega to the zone. Green flag back out here at Rockingham. You can see Trenton Wilkin got a better jump On board with Tyler Helms. We'll go back out external. Jose Aguilar, Trenton Wilkins side by side for second right there. Down the back, it's going to be Aguilar with the slight advantage. Helms right behind him. These guys battle. Might allow Ortega to pull away as Aguilar with a big run down the front stretch. He's going to get side by side with Ortega going into turn 2 now. Side by side for the lead here at Rockingham Motor Speedway. Ortega with a little bit of a better run down the backstretch. Aguilar is going to challenge for the lead once again. Going on the outside, looking here. New race leader, Jose Aguilar. In that 19 truck. Tyler Helms looking for that second spot. Now battling with Ortega. Battle further behind, Joseph Enright, Trenton Wilkin. Tyler Helms are on the outside of Ortega. He's going to make that pass. Ortega falling back quite a bit off of that restart there. Lap 9 out of 100. We'll take a look a little bit further back. Battle going on back behind here as we have car slow. That is Caleb Grimm, slow truck. Max Ford defending winner in the series. Currently second to last in 17th position. Battling with Chase Smith. We saw was involved in that last incident. Chase George, league owner. He's making a start today here. We'll focus back up on the front. Trenton Wilkin, Joseph Enright battling for position, that 4th spot. Peter Hoppy just in the mix there. Peter Hoppy has never won a points ring race in the Universal iRacing Series. He's made over 100 starts altogether. He has made 38 starts in the trucks, and he's yet to win. So today may be his chance to shine as caution is out. Chase George wrecked on the backstretch. We're going to get a replay here. Let's see what happened. Just lost it coming out of the corner. Self-spin. Number 21 to Chase George. We'll get another look at that. We'll look on board here. We'll look at the left rear suspension. As you can see, spins the tires, tries to lock it up. Gets into that inside wall there. Back live. Bring out your second caution of the night. Lap 12 out of 100. Jose Aguilar, your leader. Tyler Helms, second. Alexander Ortega, third. Enright, fourth. Wilkin, fifth. We're going to see Tyler Helms faking the pit here. All these drivers' tires are still relatively new. You guys don't see much of a reason to come down pit road quite yet. Not many green flag laps have been run on these tires quite yet, so I believe no one came down pit road. If anybody did, it would be Chase George. Everybody's currently on the lead lap, so I guess that's something good. No one's fallen down yet. Max Ford, Riley Ibanez, Trenton Wilkin, Caleb Grimm currently on pit road. Not sure what for. Chase George also on pit road. I believe those two are probably both getting repairs. We saw Max Ford, Riley Ibanez, Trenton Wilkin all came down pit road. So they may be trying to play an alternate tire strategy here. Not quite sure how important tires are going to be here at Rockingham. It's coming across the line. It's going to be one lap to go. Lights on the pace car off. Jose Aguilar starting in the inside. Tyler Helms outside. Helms looking for his first win of the season so far. Now these drivers do have 4 tire sets as well, so they may be trying to play some sort of strategy call here. Not quite sure though. Maybe a little bit too early to pit Only lap 14 out of 100. Getting ready to go back green here at Rockingham Motor Speedway. Pace car down pit road. Restart on Jose Aguilar. Green flag back out. Aguilar with a great restart. Green flag's back out. Ortega got the jump on Helms. Helms in the outside line did not get quite the restart that they wanted. Ortega might challenge for the lead here. Up to second position. He's going to go for it into turn 3 and 4. Aguilar running that high line. Ortega running down low. Not going to be enough to get the position there. At the line, still Aguilar. Taking a look further back. Drivers side by side. Aaron Schugel fighting for his position. He's currently up to P9. Battling with Jared Green for that P8. Right behind Trenton Wilkin. We'll take a look. Max Ford pitted for tires. Trenton Wilkin pitted for tires. Seems to have helped a little bit. Trenton Wilkins jumped about 5 positions since that restart. Seen some multi-grooves, seen some cars in the wall there. One of them there was Max Ford, I believe. Cars trying to push their limits. You see Aguilar stretching his lead a little bit. Nearly 3/10 the difference to Ortega. 3/10 and growing. May have to wonder, is Aguilar burning up his stuff now? Is he saving? Is Ortega saving? Ortega's going to get the run down the backstretch. Not quite. Back side by side again. Once again, 77 there. Whitney Thompson in the wall, slow. Going to keep it green. Caution not out. 77 truck did get into the wall up there. He's going to fall all the way back down to 18th position. Last on the track, Aguilar into the wall. Allowed Ortega to get to his rear bumper. He's going to try to dive it down inside. Side by side, nearly, not quite. Still going to be Aguilar. Looking at these two here. Aguilar with the better lap by nearly 3/10 over Ortega. He's having a career race so far here in the Universal iRacing Series UBN Prospect Series. Into turn 1, lap 20 out of 100. 2 cautions on the night so far. Keeping it fairly clean so far. We'll take a look. Ortega versus Helms. Helms' fastest lap is faster than Ortega's by about, I don't know, 4/100ths. Somewhere in that range. Ortega trying to run alternate lanes, trying to get some sort of run. He may be trying to preserve his tires. Not quite sure. Aguilar seems very content running that high line. Take a look back. Battle between Max Ford, Jared Green. Down the back, Max Ford into the wall, and they're wrecking right there. Max Ford, Jared Green, wrecking out the backstretch. Caution will come out. It'll be our 3rd caution of the night. We're going to get a replay there. Looking on the front stretch here, we're going to see 1 and 2 switched to this battle just in time. You can see Ford on the outside there. Green on the inside. Let's see what happened. I believe Ford got into the wall on corner exit. Yeah, Ford got into the wall on exit. Maybe tried to save it. Just got down into Green. Green spun across. Got significantly more damage, at least right there. Ford locked it down. Don't believe he got any more damage other than that. Jared Green in pit road trying to repair. Max Ford, clean. So we're going to see some pitters. Drivers that stayed out, Wilkins, Smith, Schugel. We're going to see Aguilar, Ortega, Helms, Hoppy, Enright, Prather, Echeverria, Bryant, Grimm, Previat, and Ibanez. All of those guys coming down for green flag pit stops. We're going to take a look at our pit lane cam. We'll be able to catch the battle off of pit road. You can see Ortega in that #1 stall there. Aguilar already out of his stall. It's going to be close. It's going to be Ortega, Aguilar, then Helms. Alexander Ortega. Pit stop, 14.3 seconds. Jose Aguilar, 14.5 seconds. So you can see, may not seem like it, but that minute time difference can make all of the difference here, especially with pit stops. Trenton Wilkin to the point. Chase Smith on his outside. You saw Chase Smith involved in that incident a little bit earlier on. We'll get a shout out for a guy that's not here, maybe watching, not sure. Colby Duckworth, soon to be a dad, was announced a few weeks ago that he's expecting a baby. So congratulations to Colby Duckworth. Won't be shocked if we see his kid in the Universal iRacing Series sooner than later. Obviously joking. So we're here at Rockingham, currently under our third caution. Ready to go back green. It'll be Wilkins, Smith, Schugel, Ortega, Aguilar. Pace car, back down pit road, restart on Trenton Wilkin. Green flag back out here. Rockingham outside line did not get the restart that it wanted. Chase Smith falling back like a rock. That's going to allow Jose Aguilar to get on the inside of Ortega, battle for that position, battle for that third place as he got loose. And oh, they're wrecking down the backstretch. Big time wreck. Jose Aguilar, Alexander Ortega. Going to involve Caleb Grimm too. Fourth caution of the night. Down the backstretch off of a restart. We're going to get a replay on that here in 1 second. So here we are. We just gone green. Outside line. Did not get a good restart. Looking at the battle between Smith, Aguilar, and Ortega. I believe, yeah, Aguilar just kind of got loose off the corner, tried to correct it. Man, just got up into Ortega there. Into the outside wall. Maybe some pretty bad damage for Ortega there. Ortega is subbing for Aiden Currit in that number 38, so Ortega part-time. Not even part-time, just filling in full-time in the Cup Series. See Aguilar there. Enright avoiding down low. Who was that back behind? Someone back behind also spun. It'll be Michael Priviat. Take a look at Caleb Grimm. He got involved in that somehow. Oh. Aguilar just got into him afterwards. We'll look on board with Max Ford for that. In-car camera on the number 11 Toyota Tundra. See, you have to restart. Might not be able to catch it here. Aguilar spinning right about there. You can see the smoke checking up big time. Getting through that wreck. We're back live. Jared Green, I believe we'll get a wave around. Michael Priviat, I believe, will also get waved around. The pace car. We're back 1 lap to green. For those of you just joining us, currently lap 30 out of 100. Trenton Wilkin currently leading the race. Been a relatively eventful race so far. 4 cautions in 30 laps. For those of you that are joining us, make sure you like the stream, subscribe to Universal Broadcasting Network. I'm Maxwell Funderburk. I'm the streamer for the Universal iRacing Series UBN Prospect Series, which is what you're watching right now, the NASCAR trucks. Joining you here from Rockingham Motor Speedway, The Rock, in Rockingham, North Carolina. We're about to go back to green flag racing here. Trenton Wilkin, Aaron Schugel will start on the front row once again. Wilkin warming up his tires, getting the rubber off of them. Restart will be on Wilkin. Pace car, back down pit road. Green flag, back out once again. Just about even start for the first 2. First time that we've seen it nearly all night where the outside truck got a good jump. They're going to be even into 1. Wilkin might have the advantage on that high line, but Schugel's probably going to get the runoff. Still side by side down the back. Wilkin's going to have the slight advantage. Schugel falling back a little bit. Wilkin with the lead. Trenton Wilkin leading. Down the backstretch, number 60, Toyota Tundra. Pulling away slightly from that number 91 truck. Carmelo Echeverria on that rear end of Schugel, trying to catch him. All these drivers on still very fresh tires. They're going to try to make a good run. They're going to try to make these tires last. We're going to see Echeverria try to dive it down low. They're side by side, nearly not quite for that second spot. Carmelo running that high, switching down the low. They're going to be side by side down the backstretch. Number 20, number 91. Echeverria sending it in deep. He might try to slide up. No, he's not. He's going to stay low. Now he's going to slide up off corner. Second position is going to go to Carmelo Echeverria at the line. Trenton Wilkin pulling away. With about 3/4 of a second lead over that second place truck of Carmelo. Don't believe that Carmelo has ever won a race in the Universal iRacing Series. Somebody that's more into stats for this league can look that up. Tyler Helms battling with Prather for 5th here. Into 1. Helms down low. See Peter Hoppy right behind. And right into the wall on the outside there. He's gotten back out. Max Ford not been having quite the night that he wants as they're wrecking. Once again, Caleb Grimm into the wall once again. And I believe that might be the 3rd incident that he's been involved in today. We're going to get a replay on that. Got it once again just in the nick of time. Just got into the wall off of exit. Into Bryant. Man, Bryant got some airtime. Loose still. Into Aguilar. Man, you just got to feel for Aguilar. Got involved in that incident, just lost it by himself. Was running up front. Now he's been involved in a couple of incidents. Caleb Grimm, man, hard backing it up into the wall there. Going into turn 3. Grimm, you can see pretty significant rear end damage. Trenton Wilkin not coming down pit road. Aaron Schugel is. Chase Smith is. I believe only these two are coming down pit road. That's going to allow Prather to inherit 3rd. Helms up to 4th. Hoppy up to 5th. Thompson's going to jump. So is Joseph Enright. Riviat's going to come around. Get his lap back. current point standing, as it is right now, Max Ford currently with the most points. 2 race wins, as this is going to be pretty crude, but I'm going to get the points pulled up real quick here. At least I'll try to before we go back green. There they are. Taking up the full screen. Max Ford, 2 race wins, 83 points. Tyler Helms second. Miles Davis third. Joseph Enright fourth. Not Luke, maybe. I don't remember his first name. Sorry, but we got McMillan in fifth. This is Trenton Wilkin. Will be on the will be on the point after our 5th caution of the night. Drivers ready to go back green flag racing here at Rockingham Motor Speedway. Pace car down pit road. Drivers ready to go green. Good jump for the 60. Not so good jump for the 20 of Echeverria. Prather not going to have quite enough of the jump on that restart to benefit from that. As Carmelo's going to block both lanes. Helms running that outside line. Helms and Prather just about even with each other. Prather now with the slight advantage. Into 4. Helms is going to be ripping that high side. Going to get a bit of a run off the corner. Position's going to go to him. Take a look at one of our guys that pitted, Smith, into the wall, as well as Enright. They're going to be 3 wide, just 3 wide there. Now into turn 3. Ortega up to P8. Ortega, Aguilar both got kind of sucked back behind after that incident they were both involved in earlier. Take a look, Wyatt D. Thompson up into 4th place, battling with Prather. Trenton Wilkin pulling the lead by about nearly 2.5 tenths. Gap shrinking and growing in the middle of the corner. Tyler Helms, he's going to set up the pass for second into the turn here. We'll get a close-up look here. Helms now with the slight advantage on Echeverria. They're going to door bang coming out of turn 2. Helms headed it down deep inside once again. Multi-groove racing. We're going to see who's going to benefit. Carmelo with the runoff, but it looks like Tyler's going to side draft him. Maybe try to get back. Gap shrunk to Trenton. Carmelo's up into the wall. He's slow. Going to allow Thompson to get side by side too. Prather, they're all going to try to get by him. Max Ford, he's up to 6th place with Peter Hoppy right behind him. They've all jumped a couple of positions from where they were. Ortega right behind them in 8th. Just about single filed out here. Only a little bit of side-by-side action. We're going to see Prather trying to get around Carmelo soon. Thompson trying to make that move on the 1 of Helms. The real question is Tyler trying to get around Trenton? Very possible. Gap is down to about 1/10 of a second, less than 1/10 now. As Tyler's on his rear bumper. We'll take a look on board on the nose cam of Tyler Helms on that number 60 Toyota Tundra. He's going to go inside here. They're going to be side by side in turns 3 and 4 out of 4. Still going to be Trenton Wilkin at the line. Lap 47. 47 out of 100 completed. Battle further back. Aaron Schugel, Peter Hoppy, look a little bit further up. Smith, Ortega, Ford. They're going to be 3 wide in turn 3. Max Ford in the middle. Alexander Ortega bottom. Travis Prather up high. Seen these guys been all over the place, position-wise and on the track. Carmelo into the wall once again. Ford into the wall once again. We saw him wreck just like that earlier on in the race. Getting into the wall out of the corner. Ford and Ortega going to be side by side for 6th position. Excuse me. the line, it's going to go to Ortega barely by about a nose. Smith going to dive it down low, side by side with Schugel now. Tyler Helms battling for the lead with Trenton Wilkin. He's going to run that outside. Thompson in third. We're going to go on board with Thompson nose camera here. You can see very intense battling. Thompson trying to get side by side with Wilkin there. Officially past the halfway mark here. 50 laps to go here at Rockingham. Nearly wrecking in the back. It's going to be Ortega and Smith side by side here. Three wide. On the front, into one. Carmelo's going to get into the wall. Ortega's going to squeeze him a bit. As contact further back, Carmelo keeping it going into Peter Hoppy. Caution's going to come out here. Oh, and that's going to be Jared Green getting into Carmelo after the caution came out. We'll get a replay. Replay already shows the action happening. We'll get a little bit further. Carmelo into the wall. It's like may have just, got clipped a little bit by Schugel there. Tried to keep it going straight on the front. Hoppy got into him. Got back into Hoppy. Still green, still green, still green. Caution out now. Carmelo spins back up the track. Jared Green just gets him. Late contact there. Fortunate incident. That's going to bring out our 6th caution of the night. So we see drivers coming down pit road. Tyler Helms is going to lead them down pit road. It's going to be Helms, Thompson, Wilkin, Ortega, Prather, Ford, George, Aguilar, Hoppy, Previat, Echeverria, Bryant, Ibanez, and Green. We'll take a look at our pit lane camera. Catch the race off of pit road. I know it's not great. Apologies for that. Chase Smith will inherit the lead. Aaron Schugel into second. Joseph Enright up into third. It's going to be Tyler Helms, Thompson, and then I believe Wilkin off of pit road. If it is Trenton Wilkin, it's going to be close. We can take a look. That pit box time there between Wilkin and Prather. Wilkin got it faster. I believe they're giving it to Ortega. Ortega stop was slightly longer, but with him being the first box, yeah, I believe that the position went to Alexander Ortega. Chase Smith gonna lead us back to the green. Aaron Schugel on his outside. Joseph Enright, that's gonna round out the top 3. Getting a good look at the number 18 Ford F-150. Lap 55 out of 100. Joseph Enright currently on 26 lap old tires. Smith and Schugel both on 17 lap old tires. Getting ready to go back green flag. Racing here at Rockingham Motor Speedway. Chase Smith will be your control car back to the green flag. Pace car down pit road. It's going to be Smith. Green flag is out. Even jump once again. Schugel might have actually gotten a slight advantage over him.
Helms was thinking about sending it 3. Didn't make the move. Helms wrecking in the back. Prather in the back. Prather wrecked in the back. Caution's going to be out once again. We'll get a replay on that. It'll be our 7th caution of the night. Prather just lost it off the corner. Tapped the inside wall. Don't believe any other contact was made there. Might have saved a guy like Tyler Helms. Alexander Ortega was striking right behind him. Could also put him in a position where he has Ortega right behind him on the restart. Alexander Ortega, very fast driver, very competitive driver. And he's not afraid to bump you out of the way if it means extra positions for him. So he may be willing to do that. Two drivers currently scratched. It'll be Jared Green and Caleb Grimm. Both of those have been involved in a few incidents so far this race. Riley Ibanez down pit road. Max Ford, Jacob Bryant, Travis Prather, all those guys down pit road. Carmelo's going to be the last car out. Everybody's still on the lead lap. Aaron Schugel, current race leader. Smith second. Helms third. Ortega fourth and Enright fifth. Current weather, overcast, 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Track temperature, 76 degrees Fahrenheit. Weather fairly tame here in Rockingham. Once again, not much has happened so far, as Bryant and Ibanez have both been given end-of-line penalties, presumably from speeding on pit road. So we're going to go back 1 to green. Going back 1 to green for the 7th time. And in sports news, football, the Falcons currently beating the Bills 21-14. 12:24 left in the 4th. Buffalo ball. Chicago 13, Washington 7 at halftime. Dodgers 1, Brewers nothing. Middle of the 6th. Just a little sports recap there for those of you watching at home. Aaron Schugel on the point. Ready to go back green flag racing here at Rockingham. Pace car down pit road. Getting ready. Green flag. Amazing jump by the 91. Tyler Helms saw him going. He got the good jump too. Smith didn't see it coming. Ortega up to 3rd. Currently being contested by Smith. Smith into the wall. It's going to be Thompson in 5th. He's going to send it down low for 4th. Going to slide in front of that 18. Going to complete the pass. Chase George, Aguilar, Enright all battling together. This is for the 6th position. George into the wall. Schugel got the restart he wanted, but he has Tyler Helms right on his heels. And Ortega now too. Ortega sending it down low. He's going to get side by side with Helms. Not going to be enough. Helms sending it down on the inside of Schugel. They're going to be side by side down the back. High side's fairly dominant here. Ortega nearly sending it 3. Helms is going to have the advantage coming off the corner. He's going to slide up in front. Check up the 91. New race leader Tyler Helms back to the point once again. Sun's starting to come out a little bit. Ortega contesting for that 2nd position. Gonna slide up in front of Schugel. We're gonna go on board with Schugel here. You can see he's running high behind Tyler Helms. Caution's out. Caution flag is out. Believe it is Joseph Enright that brought out the caution. We're going to get a replay. Yes, it was Joseph Enright. We're going to get another replay. Onto the front with Trenton Wilkin, Carmelo Echeverria, and Max Ford. 3 wide there, you can see. We'll get a better look at what happened. Coming off the corner, Carmelo into the wall. Into Enright. May have been some net code there. Hooked him into the outside wall. Enright, pretty good job trying to keep it off of the wall there. Spin it in front. Let's see, did Prather get part of it? Prather into the 67 truck. Not much the 41 could have done there. Joseph Enright having a good night. We'll bring out our 8th caution of the night. Lap 65 out of 100. Looking live, you can see there's Enright down pit road. Prather, Ibanez, Carmelo, I believe Carmelo has been black flagged. Believe he was found to be fault for that incident. Riley Ibanez, end of line penalty as well. Wonder what Carmelo's penalty is. I assume it may just be an end of line penalty for causing that incident there with Enright and Prather. Max Ford. Something is wrong. Max Ford running down low. He might be coming down pit road this time. Not quite sure what he's doing. Not coming down pit road. So we're back at the start finish. Helms choosing down low. Ortega forced up top. You can see Aguilar back up into P3. Fought his way back up from the back. Jose Aguilar right there. Chase George starting on, not on his inside, excuse me. We'll be starting the row behind. Tyler Helms, your control car for this upcoming restart. We'll take a look at this restart from our chopper camera. Try to get an above restart image here. Lap 66 out of 100. Next lap, lap 67. Tyler Helms, green flag back out. Amazing restart for the 1. Clear by 1 car length, 2 car lengths, nearly 3 truck lengths, I should say, going into turn 1. Ortega gonna fight back a little bit here. Gonna close the gap a little bit. Gonna go back onto the ground. Ortega, deep dive into turn 3. They're gonna be side by side. Thompson in 3rd, right behind. Not gonna be enough for Ortega to clear. Helms slides up behind him. Back into 1. Ortega, deep dive once again. Still not going to be enough. Helms is going to get the run off the corner as they're wrecking back behind. That's a 1-car wreck. Michael Previat, they're going to keep it green. Tyler Helms, still the race leader. Ortega making the move once again. Thompson right behind. We'll take a look. Let's see what Thompson sees. These top 2 fighting and battling. Helms running up high. Ortega running wherever Helms isn't. Down the front. Staying right behind. Ortega diving it down inside. Once again, on board with Ortega. He's going to be right next to Helms. Coming out the corner. Advantage still to Helms. Seen it lap after lap. Helms into the outside wall. That's going to give Ortega a little bit more of a run. A little bit more of the forward momentum he's going to need. Helms still on the point. Ortega deep dive, 71 out of 100. Helms is just running cleaner than Ortega is. Ortega keeps having to check coming off the corner. Chase George kind of swerving around back there. Ortega diving it deep down. Gonna stick a little bit more that time than it did the time before. Still side by side into turn one. Ortega down low, Helms up top. Helms with the run on the outside. Clears Ortega for the lead. Helms now starting to play more defensively. He's going to run that middle line, try to give Ortega a little bit of dirty air. Top two pulling away from third of Wyatt D. Thompson. Helms, 2/10 second, 2/10 lead. Ortega trying to fight back. Gonna get that bottom lane momentum rolling. Privyat now in that number 7 truck has gone 4 laps down due to that spin there that didn't bring out the caution. Still Tyler Helms on the point here at Rockingham Motor Speedway. Intense battle for the lead. Lead 2 coming up on that lapper. Privyat. Ortega sending it down deep. Gonna try to use this lap traffic to his advantage. Not gonna work quite yet. Both of those top 2 cars running the high line, trying to get around this lapper. They're going to be 3 wide. Ortega trying to run that middle line. Helms running all the way up top. It's going to be Helms with the slight advantage still down the front. Ortega just can't get the move to stick. This is what Helms sees in his rear view mirror. You're going to see Ortega dive it down low. Completely vanish off of this camera angle. They're going to be side by side down the front this time. Not into one though. Ortega dived it down the inside. Thompson caught to Ortega. They're going to be side by side down the back. Helms keeps getting the better leads off of the straights. High side advantage here at Rockingham. Ortega gets closer and closer every lap that they run. High side seems to be working really, really well for Tyler Helms here. It's now Thompson threatening for that second position. Ortega's going to have to play offense and defense at the same time, trying to protect from that third place car, third place truck, while trying to get into the lead at the same time. Which one is he going to be more concerned about? At the moment, it seems like he's going to be more concerned about Helms in front than Thompson behind. Diving it down deep, down the inside. Once again, that 38 F-150. Still not enough to make the move stick. 20 laps to go here at Rockingham. One ripping that outside line. Taps the wall on the exit. That's going to be enough for Ortega to get side by side. Coming into turn 3. Ortega's going to be a little bit slow mid-corner. Just about even coming off. They're going to door bang. It's going to be Helms that lap. It was actually Ortega. If Ortega's able to clear Helms coming off of here, then Helms is going to have to fight all he can to get that lead back. Because Thompson is in the mix now too. Helms might just try to keep running that high line. See what works. Advantage to Helms. Ortega going to have the slight advantage mid-corner. Helms is making all of his time up on exit. Ortega's is all on entry. Mid-corner as Helms clips the wall. That's going to give the position to Thompson nearly for that second spot. We have a very intense battle in our top three here, all battling for the lead at Rockingham Motor Speedway, lap 84 out of 100. Helms might have a little bit of right side damage from that contact with the wall there. Roll bar camera, Tyler Helms. Wyatt Thompson's now actually going to try to challenge for that lead. Down the front, into one. Ortega's still on the point. Difference not growing or shrinking much overall between Ortega and Thompson. Let's take a look at these drivers' best laps. Thompson's best lap quicker than Ortega's. Ortega's hasn't changed since nearly the start of this race. Still on the pole, or on point. Look at their speed as well. You can see the drivers getting up to about 160 into 3. It's the number 7 lap car, maybe trying to challenge Riley Ibanez down pit road. He's currently 3 laps down from the leaders. Thompson still challenging. Helms has fallen back. Wilkin has actually passed him. We'll take a look at Tyler Helms. He's fallen back quite a bit. May have used up all of his tires. It's all up to Wyatt D. Thompson now to get Alexander Ortega out of this race lead. He's going to do whatever he needs to do. Lap 89 out of 100, coming to 10 to go soon. Been a very intense race. Got a long green flag run here, just what these drivers wanted. 89 out of 100. Closest Thompson can get is basically mid-corner, about car length from the back end of Ortega. Ortega, rear view mirror. 10 laps to go. Thompson just keeps getting bigger and bigger. You see that gap really shrunk down mid-corner. Gap spreads to about 1 car length. Thompson gonna run up high. Not gonna have enough to get side by side, but he's shrinking the gap slowly. He's gonna get on Ortega's inside nearly, not quite. Into 192 out of 100. Wyatt D. Thompson hasn't won in the trucks in the Universal iRacing Series. He's won in the Cup Series once. He's going to send it inside of Alexander Ortega out of turn 4. They're going to be side by side. Very intense battle here between the 77 and the 38. Two very, very, very skilled race car drivers handling these trucks around this intense track. It's called The Rock for a reason. It's hard. It's difficult to maneuver your way around. Ortega back to the point. Whatever Thompson did there, he's going to have to do it again to get it to work. 94 out of 100. The drivers keep it green. It won't last very much longer. All Thompson has to do is just make that move once again. You can see right onto Ortega's rear bumper. Take a look to compare these drivers' iRatings. Ortega 6K, Thompson 3.9, so pretty big difference there. Ford versus Chevy. Who will prevail into turn 3? coming to 5 to go this time. Gap saying study around 2 truck lengths, 5 laps to go. Thompson is just praying Ortega messes up. You could say the same thing about Ortega. Ortega desperately hoping that Thompson makes a mistake or that lapper right behind him causes him to wreck. Those two might actually be working together here. No, they're not. 7 may be trying to battle here. 4 laps to go. Into 3, Thompson gonna send it down low. Not gonna be enough to get side by side. He's gonna have to slide up right behind Ortega. 3 to go at the line. Thompson just has to make his move at the right time. Distance shrinking ever so close between these top 2. They've checked out from the 3rd place car of Trenton Wilkin. Even further from Tyler Helms and Aaron Schugel. It's going to be 2 to go at the line this time. Ortega, Thompson, Ford versus Chevrolet. Thompson's going to try to run it down a little bit further low. Not going to quite work. Going to have to slide back up behind that 38. Into 3 and 4. Ortega still on the point. Thompson trying to run that high line. Trying to get a run coming out the corner. Coming to the line this time, it's going to be white flag. Drivers nearly side by side for the lead. It's Thompson and Ortega. Thompson on Ortega's inside. Drivers nearly side by side. Thompson right behind. He's going to have one last chance to make this pass. Thompson, Ortega. Thompson's going to boot Ortega out of the way. He's going to do the respectful thing. He's going to let him go. Wyatt D. Thompson is your race winner here at Rockingham Motor Speedway. Probably not the way that he wanted that to go. Race results will be pending after that contact in turn number 4. We're going to get a replay on that here real quick. Get another replay. Down the backstretch, Thompson had quite the disadvantage back. Tried to send it in. Ortega slid up a little bit. Contact between the two. We'll see it right about here. I think Thompson, Thompson has got into Ortega's left rear. Ortega nearly had it saved. Tried to slow down to give it to him, but Ortega around. Ortega ended up finishing 3rd. Wyatt Thompson sitting on the front stretch. Currently waiting to hear word from our race controller, Jackson Brown, on who the official race winner is. Wyatt Thompson just towed. I believe that may give the race win to Alexander Ortega. So Ortega's also sitting. We're waiting to hear word from our race controller, Jackson Brown, also league owner. Current unofficial race winner, Wyatt D. Thompson. We're going to hear word from our race controller, Jackson Brown. Hello, Jackson. What's the current word on our race winner?
The unofficial winner of the Rockingham 100 is Wyatt D. Thompson. The officials will look at it, but it looks like it could be Wyatt D. Thompson.
So does this mean that Trenton is finishing 2nd?
Yeah.
All right. Word from our race official Jackson Brown. Thank you very much, Jackson. Wyatt D. Thompson, your winner here at Rockingham Motor Speedway, currently unofficial. Wyatt didn't do any burnouts, so we're just gonna have to go look at some random time. Can look at his. We'll look at his qualifying laps if we can. Never mind. We'll go to the beginning of the session. And you know what? We'll just go to Scenic Cam. Well, current results. Wyatt D. Thompson, your winner here at Rockingham. Currently waiting on drivers to make their way into the interview waiting room. Believe that they are still looking at the finish there. May not get any word from our top three. Trying to get them into the waiting room. While we're waiting for the drivers to get into the interview waiting room, we can take a full look at our race results today. Winner after last lap contact, Wyatt D. Thompson. Second place, Trenton Wilkin. Third place, the losing side of that contact, Alexander Ortega. Fourth place, Tyler Helms. Fifth, Aaron Schugel. Sixth, Travis Prather. Seventh, Chase Smith. Eighth, Max Ford. Ninth, Jose Aguilar. 10th, Peter Hoppy. After that, you have Joseph Enright, Chase George, Carmelo Echeverria, Jacob Bryant, Michael Priviat, Riley Ibanez, Jared Green, and Caleb Grimm. 18 drivers in total. We have Trenton Wilkin and Alexander Ortega in the interview waiting room. We'll talk to our second place finisher, Trenton Wilkin. Hello, Trenton. So you finished second place this race. Just run me through what went through your mind this race.
I feel like we had a good tundra. I feel like we had decent speed. I feel like we could have managed out longer. Getting that contact with Max and burning all my rear tires up left kind of was a detriment. I feel like I had the speed, but it just burned off so much tire coming through, and then having to come through the field a little. I know we stayed out on older tires, but we were able to keep the lead for quite a bit on the guys with fresher tires, so we were showing speed, but just track position got screwed by a black flag that I never got. Never popped up on my screen. So, good day.
Now, Trenton, you were in the shotgun seat for that contact between Thompson and Ortega. How do you feel about that contact there?
Biased and unbiased. We did get into him, that could or not. They were going to hit. Basically, you could tell from the whole corner it was going to be contact. You could say he slammed his brakes, but he hard turned left because Ortega was coming down. So if he didn't do that, he would have been collected, which would have benefited me. But bias, yes, I would like to win, but the rule makers are going to do what they can, and we'll either get P2 or P1. Either way, it'll be a good day for us.
All right, thank you so much. That was your second place finish for Trenton Wilkin. Official word from Jackson Brown. This race is race controller, race official. Wyatt Thompson, your official race winner here in the Truck Series at Rockingham. We're going to get a chance to speak with our third place finisher, Alexander Ortega. Hello, Alex. So just run me through your mind about the contact that happened in turn 4
the last lap here?
Yeah, just kind of was tired. He got to my inside there barely, and so we started to pull down the track like you do on exit. I think he just got tight when he got underneath me, and I mean it's such close contact, so it's hard to say what happened. Definitely sucks. I don't know. We raced clean for the whole damn race up until that point. And we're door to door with less than 10 to go in the 1-2 racing super tight. No issues. Last lap, last corner.
Now, Alex, you're subbing for Aiden Currit. I believe that he has not made any starts so far. So, is there any word on the future of you running this series?
No, I was just hitting sub. I sent him a DM right today. He's like, hey, did you fill in? I was like, yeah, sure. And so we showed up. Um, I've never ran this track. I literally got it today. I got the track, So, and so, you know, got the track. Took a few laps to figure it out. Passed some practice. Off on pole. A lot of laps. Just got spun out. Sucks. If that happened any other point in the race, it would have been an EOL for him. It's what they normally do, but guess not.
All right. Very, very good points day. Alexander Ortega subbing for Aiden Currit. Thank you so much, Alexander. Now we are going to get a word with our official race winner, Wyatt D. Thompson. Hello, Wyatt.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
Doing all right. Kind of feel bad about that.
Yeah, congratulations on the race win. I believe this is your second UIS win.
I'm not really sure about the count. It's either 2 or 3.
But just run me through coming into turn 3 and 4. You knew that you were going to have to make some sort of move. Just what were you going through in your mind?
Really, that whole time, I was happy with second place. We had really good racing. He kind of entered 3 really weird on the bottom, and I had to brake to check up for him. And I saw an opportunity to go low, kind of just see if I could get even with him, maybe snag it with the bumper. But it just barely grabbed him, and the net code made it worse. But I think I would have hit him regardless. Just going over that bump, I nosed in and thought I had grip, and it slid up the track.
Uh, trying to think of what else I could say. You ran fairly well all night. Just did you just have some good speed in your truck tonight?
I really like Rockingham. I don't know. I just like the corners, the slingshot style corners. Just being able to run either the top or the bottom. One is very tire conservative and slow, and one is very fast, but it'll eat up your right front. It's a very good balance of you have to choose what you're going to do throughout each lap. Just know where you want to be, because that's going to affect you 4 or 5 laps down the line, all the way down the line. It's just a good style of track to just learn on, improve on.
Now, why are you running the rest of the season full time in the trucks or not?
Yes, I am.
All right. Well, this is going to be a very, very good points day for our race leader, Wyatt D. Thompson. Thank you so much, Wyatt. Congratulations on the race win tonight.
Thank you very much. Y'all have a nice one.
You too. That was our top 3 finishers here at Rockingham. Wyatt D. Thompson, Trenton Wilkin, Alexander Ortega, after contact on the last lap, sent Ortega around, inherited the lead to Wyatt D. Thompson. Trenton Wilkin, second place finisher. Top 5, Wyatt D. Thompson, Trenton Wilkin, Alexander Ortega, Tyler Helms, and Aaron Schugel. I am Maxwell Funderburk, joining you from Rockingham Motor Speedway. Thank you very much for watching tonight's broadcast of the UBN Prospect Series truck race. Hope you enjoyed the stream. If you have not yet, make sure you like and subscribe the stream so you can watch more high quality Universal IRacing Series races and Universal Broadcasting Network streams in the future. I'm Maxwell Funderburk. I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your night, and I am signing off. Good night.